Hey bitches, welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting here once again with the love of my life. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm just a little bit tired.
You
I'm gonna
are
be honest, yeah.
tired
I
of
would
these
much rather be
bitches.
sleeping right now, but
Yeah.
we got to talk.
The first person that I want to talk about is Avery Woods. She's in a bunch of drama over on TikTok and is completely getting dragged by the Christian community over there
As
because
she
she
should.
made some inappropriate jokes in the name of Jesus. She was on a podcast with Harry Jousey, I believe his name is. He made a comment too, so I don't know why Avery Woods is the only one that's like getting it now. She did go a lot further than him. This is what she said.
Blessed mom of four in their bio, and they're like, "You're a fat, ugly mom. You're a fucking whore. You're your kids are like just bullshit." And I'm like, wow. But then in your bio, it's like Psalms 369,
Yeah.
blessed mommy of four.
Yeah, like Jesus is gonna spank you, lady, if you keep it up.
Yeah, literally, he's gonna bend you over and your. Jesus is gonna go poo pirate on your ass if you keep up this bullshit.
And I hope he does. Jesus.
They deserve it with no lube.
So the Christians are not happy with Miss Avery Woods and they are unfollowing her left and right.
I can see why. This is also the same girl that gave Jaclyn Hill a platform to lie.
I was
James
just sitting here
Charles a
thinking,
platform to lie.
The last that we heard about Avery Woods, at least that I'm remembering, I'm sure she's been in some other kind of drama as well, was when she had Jaclyn on her podcast and was completely sucking her ass to the point of saying that she still had her lipsticks and like wanted to wear them. So the heat has gotten to be a little bit too much for Avery Woods over on TikTok that she uploaded a response to all of this. People are not happy with the response. I'm going to let you guys know before I play it for you.
All right, I just woke up. I didn't want any more time to pass before I sat down and talked about this. I don't usually do videos like this or address whatever hate is going on in my direction, but this is one of those things where I never ever want to offend people and their beliefs, and so I'm just gonna talk to you. I just turned my camera on. First of all, I just want to say, my podcast is a comedy podcast, and there are jokes that I should not make that cross lines, and I made a joke that crossed a line, and I'm so sorry. I have been very, very open about religion in general. You know, David's father is a pastor, and we've talked very openly on my podcast multiple times about our beliefs and why we believe those things. But I never, ever want to bash religion, bash someone's beliefs. We have so many people in our lives that are religious people and faithful people, and I 100% support them and love them no matter what. There are certain jokes that I should not make, and I regret that wholeheartedly. First of all, I need media training. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I'm just like looking out the window because I just feel awful. I also just want to say, the episode that I did with Harry was scripted. These were questions that were, written by producers, and I probably should have spoken up and maybe dimmed it down a bit, and I chose not to. This is stuff that I have spoken very, very openly about on my social media for years. If you followed me for any sort of time on Instagram, I've done a segment called Saucy Saturday for probably close to 5 years now, where I've talked about the same subjects, and it's never been new. I think, obviously when you're speaking about those subjects with a straight single man, it might not look the best. In my head, I don't think about it because when the camera turns on, it's entertainment, right? Like, we are both podcast hosts strictly for entertainment. There's nothing else going on. But when I brought up religion, there was no intention behind it besides explaining that a lot of the hate that I get is from people that are religious and have Bible verses in their bio. And that is because I speak on subjects that are very taboo, especially when it comes to the religious world. And a lot of people that are Christian don't like the subjects that I speak about, and so they send me really nasty, hateful messages. And that was what I was trying to say. The comments after were completely unnecessary, and I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said anything like that. I need to remember that my sarcasm and my comedy is not going to be the same as other people's, and there's certain lines that I shouldn't cross, and I cross those lines, and I apologize. I'm human. I'm here for the first time on this earth, and I'm learning, and I'm trying to do better, and I need to be better for myself and my family and my children. And so that's really all I want to say. This isn't like a feel bad for me, like, come for me, I don't care. There's been so many times where people, have an issue with what I do and don't want to follow me anymore, and that's okay. That is okay. I encourage people all the time. I'm like, please block me if you don't like what you see. That's the beautiful, powerful thing about social media, is that you get to control what you get to see. And if my content isn't for you and I'm not the person for you, that's okay. I fully support you finding the people that are for you. I'm so used to speaking so freely about certain subjects that I've spoken on for so long that I sometimes forget that my online presence has grown so much more than it was, 5 years ago when I first started talking about stuff like this, that I'm bringing in an audience that might not be familiar with me personal. And so obviously those types of subjects and comments can be very shocking. Whereas, if you've been here for a while, then you kind of know that's how I've always operated. But it's probably time to, dim that down, and that's okay. We all grow and evolve and change. And again, I will take this with me forever for the rest of my career. And I just genuinely want to say sorry and that I'll do better. So I don't even know what just came out of my mouth. I hope this makes sense. I didn't prepare anything. I just wanted to come on in the moment and talk about it immediately instead of just like disappearing from the internet. I'm not going to do that. I want to hit it head on and tell you that I hear what you're saying. I'm going to learn from this opportunity and grow. And whether you choose to stay or not for that journey, I'm so grateful that you watched this and hope you have a good Valentine's Day.
They're saying that she just uploaded this to try to save her ass.
Well, what else did you expect? She didn't really care. She wouldn't have said that in the first place if she did.
Y'all are going to have to let us know how you feel about the original comment that Avery Woods made. Do you think that it required TikTok literally canceling her and dragging her? Like, the Christian, they are not happy.
Well,
She is not invited to church anymore.
Well, she pissed them off, girl. That was really a kind of egregious comment to make, I think.
It wasn't funny, though.
It wasn't funny
It wasn't
at
even
all.
funny. Even, like, Harry, like, as she kept going, like, the look on his face was like, bitch, we're about to get dragged.
Yeah.
Psst. Hi, hello, it's me, Editing Nick here. I wanted to let everyone know that we have finally brought our podcast back over on Patreon. We uploaded our first episode yesterday. It is an hour and 24 minutes long. We'll be uploading every single week, but also you guys asked us about possibly starting a Discord. And I'll be honest with you, it's something that I have thought about, but I've also heard horror stories of other YouTubers and people just having Discord in general. Just not good things that happen in their chat. So there is a chat over on our Patreon that we are always involved in, but I would rather keep the community that's going to be in a chat smaller rather than having a public one, if that makes sense. With that said, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to go do a dab. I hope to see you guys on the Patreon. And now let's get back to the video. The next people that I want to talk about is Joey Graceffa and Tana Mongeau, because she was on the podcast with Brooke and she brought up how when Joey Graceffa was on Just Trish, they talked about the whole Escape the Night thing. You know, Escape the Night's doing some new movie, I guess. Still surprised that YouTube would not allow Trisha Paytas to be on Escape the Night back in the day.
That's strange to me.
But they would allow Nikita Dragon.
Right?
You would have me on Escape the Night? Do you have to get approvals for this new one you're doing?
No. So, well, it's already been shot.
Oh.
Which I thought we're going to have Tana on
Yes.
to talk about tea. Did she come on? Because I want to see what she said.
She is coming on soon, this afternoon in a few hours. Because she was talking, we were talking about Escape the Nightmare, the Gabby versus you back then. And I was there when the chicken incident happened. And I was like, oh, I need the tea on that. I don't know. That's what I need to know. There was like a chicken.
Oh, when she was freaking out over the food.
The healthy meals.
Yes.
Yeah, she said she was there during one of the...
Oh, I can't wait to hear about this.
Yeah, right, same. I know. I don't think anyone cares about this tea except for us. But
I think it's fascinating.
Me too, because we were watching it. I was like, oh, I need to know. So she was going to talk about that. Are you not allowed to talk about Escape the Night movie?
I mean, she basically did on her podcast. So it's like, she's like, I can't say what show it is, but basically you had to run around and you had to escape while it's nighttime. I'm like, girl, just say the freaking name.
That's not announced. I thought the cast was. Like, there is a TikTok that looks like your TikTok that like leaks the photos and stuff. Like, I saw you dressed in like the little Back to the Future outfit, and I was like, oh, I think Joey posted this, and it wasn't. It was like this other TikTok, and we're like,
I did post that. I obviously didn't say it was Escape the Night, but people are like little investigators.
I mean, yeah.
So not all. There's some that they've gotten right, but there's still a few that have stayed hidden.
I feel like I know the whole cast. That's why I thought it was like out there, because there's that TikTok, and they just show everybody that's going to be on it. So I was like, I don't know if this is a secret anymore.
There's a couple that they haven't exposed, so holding on to those.
Do people know who they are?
What?
The other people, like, would they know? Would they be like, or because the ones I saw were very recognizable names? Are the people they haven't guessed more?
Rosanna and now Tana are like the only ones that have been exposed.
But it looks like it would be an official Escape the Night account, but they're pretty deep. They know what's up.
I know. I kind of live.
And it's a movie.
Well, not really. It's essentially like an additional episode because we filmed it the same way we would the show, and there's like some scripted moments, but it's mostly just like us like live action role playing.
Oh, that sounds so fun though. I'm not gonna lie.
You'd be so good. No, so here's the thing.
I am jealous.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pitch it to a network, kind of like how The Traitors has its own like each season self-contained.
Yeah.
I want to basically go to a network like Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, wherever, and be like, do you want your version of The Traitors? Here's the format of Escape the Night with no context of the previous seasons, like being part of it, but just the formula. And then each season will be self-contained. So I want you to be in that.
I'm done. I'm on. But then if I have to get approved by Amazon, probably has to do approvals. And let me tell you, Amazon's not my biggest fan.
Okay, what about Netflix? What about Hulu?
Netflix might be. No,
Okay.
I don't know. I'm very fascinated to know who would say yes and no. I guess just call me, be like, Trish, I really want to do, but they said no. I appreciate that.
No.
Where Gigi told me when she was here, I was the first guest on her podcast, and I was like, what happened to that episode? They literally like not show. And I was like, all right, I respect it. When you do say that, it makes me like feel better, but then I still am kind of like, damn, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
They had them like, because we watched. Did we watch it? Escape the Night. We saw something. And I'm like, these people are kind of problematic. Actually, there were some people on there that I was like, how are they on there, but not me.
Yeah, no, honestly.
There was some crazy, like
I was always very frustrated with YouTube when they wouldn't let you on.
That is wild.
They were like, you have to have at least 1 million followers, and like...
I definitely did back then.
You definitely did.
Yeah.
But like, there was other people like Nikita Dragon, they were like, almost didn't let her on.
Really?
And like, she just brought like the best TV
Yeah.
possible, like...
We didn't watch that season, but I like the poster for that season.
Oh,
yeah.
yes, so
I think I've
good.
just seen like clips, but then I'm like, this is kind of good actually. It is like production, like it's a good budget. The costumes were good. Because of Gabby's video, I started watching the ones, and I was like, wait, that costume kind of eats actually.
Yeah,
like, you know,
right?
it was good. Like the production was.
Why was that?
It doesn't even make any sense. Maybe, do you remember when Trisha did that video, 100 layers of...
Maybe that's why.
Maybe that is why.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I do understand why they wouldn't allow Trisha on that family
I think that
show.
might have something to do with it because that was a big deal. That got a lot of people talking.
That was disgusting.
I already Patreoned about this. I don't know if I podcasted or Patreon. I don't remember. But we're filming all day, whatever. And just always too, like, I love to serve. So I'm in the waist trainer and the gown and the heel and it's cold and everyone else has jackets. And of course I don't. And like, that's on me. Yeah. And like, I'm obviously if I said no to anything wardrobe, Joey would change it. I'm not saying that.
I was like, because he's like, I can't see anything. I'm like, it's on TikTok. Like, I follow. I've been following Escape the Night. Okay.
And so it's in this downtown place, essentially, right? And it's like one of these buildings, where it's all the sets on different levels. And the set for Escape the Night was underground in the basement of this building. And I get that it's scary, so that's like what they're going for, But I go down, I have no cell phone service, it's freezing cold. I'm down there, my phone's on like SOS, and like it's creepy as like being down there and shooting and filming and just for hours, and like we're running and horror screaming and doing the whole nine, like, and how long running from these actors, like, and so they have these horror actors, right? Like think like I'm at Universal Studios in a haunted house during Halloween, like guys with chainsaws like chasing you in masks and stuff, like
chainsaws,
like fake ones, but like still just, and it's scary, like obviously. And so eventually my scene is me. Now I'm just in this room, no cameras. Through the mask, he says to me, he goes, "Perfect. Like I've always wanted to have you chained up." And I go,
what?
I go, "What did you just say?" And he goes, "Never mind. Like I probably shouldn't have said that. Like whatever." And like I heard him. And then now he's like laughing to himself because like he thinks I didn't hear what he said, right? And so I'm just standing there like this, and I can't see this person's face. And like, and it, like no cameras. It was in his real voice. He introduced his name. Like he wasn't being an actor. Like, do you know what I mean? It was some real shit. And like I leave and I tell like everyone in there, like, me, like, just immediately I'm going to tell people because I just think that's so not okay. And like, again, Joey was amazing. Everyone was amazing about it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And then it did scare me. It scared the out of me because I feel like normally I'm not the type of person for things like that to scare me on a normal set, but I'm alone and like far from everyone.
And it's not
like,
YouTube Red production. This is more independent.
Yes.
So are you doing background checks? Are you doing, what I mean? Like, and most people don't do background checks on actors, right? That's not like a thing. So
I can't see this guy's face through his mask. Like, it's very creepy. And the whole production company, there was just a couple other things that happened that day where like guys were saying weird things to me and calling me hot and stuff. And I was just like, this is kind of a skeezy. And that's not Joey's, like, that's not on Joey. You know what I mean? Like,
definitely production not.
Yes, but just very skeezy, creepy. And then I go over after all of this happens and I'm shooting my final scene and now I'm over it, right? Like I want to leave. And I'm also just thinking about like, what if that happened? Like, it's just, what if that happened to someone who didn't say what the did you just say?
Did you say it to anyone? Did you say, like, did you tell anyone what happened besides like the cast? Oh.
Yeah, well, I told like Joey and stuff, like, and like everyone, and they, they were like, what?
Oh, I would cry.
I was like, I really was so angry, honestly. And then this same horror actor, the one who said this to me, comes over to like grab her away, right? And my hand is on her shoulder, and he like just like goes like, do you get what I'm saying? To grab her like over my pinky, and my pinky like inverts, and I'm just like, and I'm like immediately screaming. And of course, everyone else is screaming. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's like a horror thing, and I'm like actually screaming because my pinky is broken. And at first I think it's my nail, and I'm like, I think it's my nail, so I'm kind of just making like broken nail jokes and stuff. And then after a while, I'm like, looks a little wonky. I'm like pulsating, like 10 out of 10 pain. I'm like, oh my God. Like, and like that is Escape the Night and always how they've done it. But again, it's an independent production and we're in a basement in downtown LA.
The budget.
And it still was very budge. Like he spent a lot of money. It's a big space. It's a huge production crew. I'm not on it at all. I'm just saying it's independent. And it's
the safety felt a little more questionable.
So then obviously it's just like, and then you don't want to be the difficult person, but it's like the same guy who just broke my pinky. Now, of course, he's taking off his mask. He's apologizing to me every 2 minutes. And I'm like, oh my, like now I have to like coddle you when you broke my pinky. I'm like borderline just like.
And are you also like him like pushing your hand out? Like, so you're just all aware that they're gonna touch you because like in Universal, scare actors can't touch you. So you're just like aware they might grab you.
Yeah.
But it's not choreographed.
No.
That's wild. That's wild.
And obviously, like everyone else had a great time. Like this just would happen to me.
So while Joey was on Just Trish, he brought up how Tana, she let it out that she was going to be on the new Escape the Night. And there was a little bit of drama that went along with it. And he really downplayed it because it's actually a very serious thing what Tana Mongeau was saying when she was on Just Trish.
I'm so happy we're all here. It's all good now. That makes me feel so much better. We can never be shady anymore to Joey.
No, you can.
No, we're never.
Loves it.
Yeah, we're never shady. It's just more like,
No.
Joey didn't have to Escape the Night.
When Tana brought it up on her podcast, I was like, honestly, whatever. Like, she can complain. Like, it's just bringing attention to the project.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. Can I ask her about it then here?
Sure.
Okay.
You broke her thumb or something? What did you do?
Yeah, she broke her finger.
Oh, really?
No.
I can't wait to hear all of
She
it.
did not. She was at an event later that night, so she was clearly fine. I'm
Well, she
like,
probably could have gone with a broken finger.
no, it was like I don't deny that, like, her fingernail did get, like, bent or whatever, but, like,
Drama has already started.
yeah.
The way he acted so cavalier about it, like it was cutesy or whatever. Yeah. Oh, it's just Tana. I didn't even know half of the stuff that Tana was talking about in this clip about how her finger was broken and all of that. How freaking like
apparently,
awful.
if you guys don't know, in this Escape the Night thing, Tana was like down in some kind of like set that was like very far down where her phone was like on SOS and she was just down there with an actor. But she's down there already feeling uncomfortable, and this man made like a really inappropriate comment to her about, I've always wanted to like have you tied up with like a mask on, all this kind of stuff. Harassment.
It's given serial killer.
Yes.
It's given like weirdo psycho. Yes. Like, why would you say that?
But on top of that, later on, after she was like, ugh, like what the he ended up breaking her finger. I don't think he did it on purpose, but ended up breaking her finger.
It's not funny. That chuckle was not funny. It's just absolutely crazy.
It's like, how could it get worse?
How did this happen? To Tana Mongeau of all people. But Joey, his attitude with this, completely unserious.
I'm honestly not surprised that Joey Graceffa's response to this is the way that it is, because we've seen the response to James Charles, his allegations. We've seen his ex-boyfriend and how he responded to it. So birds of a feather flock together.
That's true.
So I'm not shocked that Joey Graceffa is kind of like at sexual harassment like claims and all that. But another thing is, I did not know that Escape the Night was still such a big deal. Like, people were like excited about this. I have not seen one episode.
I haven't either.
I could not tell you what goes on. They run around.
Being 100% honest, I didn't even know that Escape the Night was a big deal ever.
No?
For real. I really didn't.
No. Don't be shady.
I'm not being shady.
It had to be like a little bit.
I never watched it.
No.
The last thing I ever want to watch is a show that has Gabby Hanna in it.
Yeah.
I'm just not interested.
Yeah.
And then you add Tana with Gabby Hanna, and that's just double trouble, and I'm not here for it. Do you think Joey will address it? Because Daniel Prater's actually getting dragged right now because he apparently allegedly came out with the GoFundMe because somebody, he says, during the California fire stole his car and his laptop. And people are saying that he allegedly didn't even have car insurance.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You didn't have car insurance?
That's what
I feel
they're
like
saying,
that's
girl. I
that's
don't
like
know.
a no-no, but especially in California. Do you remember when Seth Rogen's car got broken into and he just like chalked it up to, that's part of living in California.
No.
We just have to deal with it. It happened to him like twice within a month.
No.
It's not something that you have to fucking deal with, and you should be fucking pissed if someone's breaking into your shit and stealing it.
Yeah, that's
like
not
the
normal.
fact that they tried to downplay that is insane. Oh my God, I forgot to bring up that he was like literally best friends with Colleen Ballinger.
Yeah.
So like, come on. Again, I should have added that into the part where I was saying I wasn't surprised with the way that he acted about Tana saying this. That red flag, bitch. Red flag. Best friends till the end.
Red is the flag.
Yes. They probably still have dinner.
Oh, I'm sure. Daniel Prater said that he and Colleen were best friends, and that's when Gabby Hanna was getting dragged. But once Colleen started getting dragged, he never said that, and all those clips just mysteriously disappeared. Well, they're in a video over on my channel if you guys ever want to go see them. I cannot stand Daniel Prater.
Yeah. The whole lot of them.
Yeah, all of them.
Don't recommend.
0 out of 10 stars.
So with all that said, everyone, that is it for this video. We hope that you did enjoy it. Please leave us the handcuff emojis down below.
Yeah.
For that man needing to go to jail for his inappropriate comment.
Prison.
If you have made it this far in the video, please hit the subscribe button as well as the thumbs up, and we will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.